Hi guys, this is Miss Coleman. I hope you all are doing well. I miss seeing you in class each day. This is a little lesson I've put together to show you how to use Smart Music to work on your sight reading. So once you've logged into Smart Music and you're here on the home page, you can access their sight reading exercises by going over here and clicking where it says Sight Reading/Singing. They have a whole bunch of books that you can choose from, but what we're going to look at are these sight reading exercises. They come in a variety of levels, and you'll choose the one that corresponds to your band. For beginning band students, we're going to start with level 1. Click open. It'll show your instrument here. I'm reading the clarinet version, and for movement, we'll start with the very first one, A1. So when we go through these sight reading exercises, we want to do each one twice. The first time, you're going to count the rhythm aloud, and then the second time, you're going to play the whole thing on your instrument. Before we count the rhythm, there are a couple of important questions we have to ask ourselves. The first one is, what time signature are we in? And we can see over here that we're in 4/4, which we remember means that there are 4 beats in a measure, and that the quarter note gets 1 beat. The second thing you want to ask yourself are, what kinds of rhythms and note values do we have in this exercise? So scanning this, I can see that we've got half notes, we've got whole notes, and we've got 1 measure of quarter notes. And I notice this measure of quarter notes because it's different. It's the only one like that, which means I'll have to pay a little closer attention when I'm counting. All right, once you've got all that, you're ready to count the rhythm aloud. Hit the play button up here to start the metronome. You guys try this one on your own first, then we'll count it together. How did you do on that? You've got one more shot at it. We'll count it together now. 1, 3, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. Now that we've counted the rhythm, the next step is to play this one on the notes on our instrument. As before, there are a couple of important questions that we have to ask ourselves. The first one is, what sharps and flats do we have in the key signature? And this one is easy enough. We have 0 sharps and 0 flats, nothing to worry about. The next question is, what accidentals do we have in this exercise? And giving it a scan, I do not see any, no sharps or flats floating around. The next thing that you want to look at is to figure out what's your lowest note and what's your highest note. What's the range of the exercise? So if you read bass clef, don't worry about that right now. This will obviously be in the correct clef for your instrument. But if you play treble clef, take a look with me. It looks like our lowest note is C. It starts on C, it also ends on C. And it looks like our highest note is this G over here. The final thing that we want to look at is whether there are steps or skips. How does the music move? So starting over here in the first line, it looks like we go from C to D to E to F. That's all stepwise, back down to E. More steps over here. Hey, that's our C mini scale going up to G. Oh, we have 1 skip over here from G to E and then stepwise back down to C. So it mostly moves up and down by step, and we'll just pay attention to this 1 skip from G to E. Once you've done all that, then you're ready to play through the exercise. Let's give it a go. One thing that's great about Smart Music is that if you ever get stuck, you can have Smart Music play the music for you by going up here to where it says My Part and clicking to unmute the volume. Then you can hear what it sounds like. You can hear that that person doesn't do a very good job of connecting their notes. You can hear the gaps in between. So that's a tool that you can use when you're challenged, but you don't want to start with that because we know that you guys can figure this out on your own. We've been doing this before. So that's all there is to sight reading via Smart Music. If you take a look at the handout in Google Classroom, you'll see that there are a bunch of exercises that you have to work on. The goal is for us to get better at this a little bit at a time, just by doing a few each day. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us via Google Classroom. Good luck!